Okay, so what we're going to look at is I've put the still life that I'm going to draw up onto the screen, and we've already looked at this, trying to draw it in different ways to get the feel. Now we're going to look at shape. We're going to think about shape, and we're going to think about proportion. So when I look at this bowl here, that shape is an oval. So the fruit is sitting in an oval. So that should be with a light line. Remember we talked about a light line. I've done mine a bit darker because obviously it's for a video, so you need to be able to see what I've drawn. But in a light line we've got the oval, and then underneath the bowl is another oval. So then when we do this, we join up the ovals, we have our bowl. Now I do feel my bowl probably should be a bit longer, so what I can do is I can adjust my drawing. I can adjust it and correct it. I don't rub it out. See how I'm adjusting it? Because what I can do later on is I can rub out the lines that don't work. But if I destroy these lines, if I rub these out, I will do the same line wrong again. So there's my bowl. So did you see how I adjusted it? So that's my bowl under there. Now the fruit, the grapes are oval. You can do this. So you've got that sort of oval. So your grapes are oval. So what we have to do as well is we have to think about the size of the grapes. Size of the grapes. The grapes, the actual size of them are half of the bowl nearly. So my grape needs to be bigger than that. So there, we've got the grapes. They fall onto the bowl, and they're actually they're much larger than you think they are. So I've got my grapes. Now, when I do the apple, this is thinking about proportion. Proportion is the size of something in relation to the other. So you have the grapes, and then you have the apple. So you have to think about how many grapes. So one of those grapes, so I take the pencil, I put it up against here. One grape, there are two, look, two of those fit into that apple. So when I do that circle, which is what an apple is, that circle, to check the proportion, I measure my grapes. So if I measure that grape, it should be 1, 2. So I know my apple is the correct proportion. This apple next to it is obviously about the same size. It's actually falling off the bowl. It's falling off the bowl there, but it seems to hold on. Okay, and then the grapes here, and we have the stick here. So what you've got to do is you just got to think the apples are round. So you do those shapes. You put these shapes in. We are only drawing in line today. We're only drawing in line. And then I have the pear, which is that sort of the shape there of the pear, which I shouldn't think of it as a pear. I should just think of it in a shape. And then I have here, and I have some more grapes here. Grapes are great because they're just lovely ovals. So can you see? So that's my fruit bowl. That's my fruit bowl. So I've just drawn it out in shapes, and that is what I want you to do today. It's just in shapes. Leaves, shapes, no detail. There shouldn't be any detail on this drawing at all. Shouldn't be any detail. Just clear. I've got a sort of grape that's on the ground here. We've got an apple, which is a circle. Here, just got that apple on the ground here. Do you see I'm just sketching them in? I've got this leaf, just the shape of the leaf on the leaf here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lines here, where the bowl meets the table should be darker. So that line needs to be darker. And then what I can do is I can also go and get a rubber. I can start to clean up in the middle here. I haven't brought a rubber down with me, so I'm going to stop here. This is planning out your drawing, and that is what I want you to do today.